Welcome to Cory Turner Talks Real Estate, and today's episode is I almost bought a POS house. Be sure to subscribe, and if you have a great real estate story I need to share on this channel, please email me at Cory@CoryTurnerTalks.com. Okay, on with today's show. Now, we're going to change the names for today's story just to protect everybody, okay? So Jill was working with her buyers, a lovely couple that knew what they wanted, but were having a hard time finding a property that met all their needs and didn't sell before they could put in an offer. A new home came on the market, and Jill loaded the clients up in the car, punched the address into her GPS, and headed off. Now, Jill wasn't super optimistic that this would be the right house for them. It wasn't in the neighborhood they wanted, and let's be honest, as we all are, they might have been just a little bit picky. So imagine Jill's surprise when her GPS leads her to a beautiful home with a well-manicured lawn. In the yard was a for sale sign from a well-known realtor in the area that Jill hadn't had the chance to work with yet, but knew she always staged her listings well. So as Jill parked the car at the curb, the seller was pulling out of the garage. They waved at them with a big smile on their face, and they drove off down the street. All were good signs. So Jill could see the look of approval on her client's face as they got out of the car. They walked up to the front door. They all took a collective breath as they opened the door, and Jill said it was a wow experience. The house was amazing. It was love at first sight for her clients. It was everything they wanted, and the pool, well, that was just the cherry on top. Jill wasted no time. They rushed to a local restaurant, and over lunch, they drew up the contract, the client signed, and so they went home with their fingers crossed. Now, Jill returned back to the office to get everything together to send to the listing agent. She pulled the property up in MLS and was a bit surprised there were only 4 very bad, blurry, and dark pictures for the property, and she was kind of shocked that the local well-known real estate agent didn't even post a picture of the front of the house. Seems strange. But, Jill thought, maybe it was a new listing and they hadn't had a time to process everything just yet. So Jill was about to hit send on the offer when something inside her, maybe a little voice said, double check this. And oh boy, was she glad she did, because another search revealed that the house her clients wanted, their dream home, wasn't even the house they wrote an offer on. In fact, they had over lunch written an offer on the house that was directly across the street. This house was listed by a discount broker. There were no house numbers on the curb. The yard was a disaster, and the inside was even worse. There was no yard signs. The house was old. It was neglected. It definitely was not anything her clients would want, let alone purchase. So when she pulled up, of course, there was no sign at that house, and the GPS put her right there. She thought for sure it was the wow house. Now, this house, or this story actually, does have a happy ending. They didn't get the wow house. It was $40,000 out of their budget. But on the bright side, they didn't buy a POS house. Oh, such a great story. Sad and funny all at the same time. So if you have a funny story or a scary story or a crazy real estate story that I need to share here on the channel, be sure to email me at Cory@CoryTurnerTalks.com. Please subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about real estate tomorrow.